So let's take a look at the Western Conference final. Mike, game 4 goes tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, puck drop. And man, it feels like the Edmonton Oilers, not only are they in one, but can they find a way to stave off this sweep? I just tweeted out some news. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and the Edmonton Oilers are scheduled to put Dylan Holloway in the lineup to make his NHL debut on Monday evening. When you look at it, what needs to change for the Oilers, aside from the fact that the Avs have scored and won these games by multiple goals every time?
Well, I hate to say this, but I think for the Oilers, they need a healthy and a non-suspended lineup to be able to compete. And listen, man, I'm not chiseling out the headstone here for the Oilers just yet, because you can't do that with a team as talented as the Oilers. But what I've admired about Woodcroft during really the whole playoffs is that he's been flexible with his ice time for players, with his lineup. And yeah, he's trying something new by throwing Holloway into the mix here, but like, you're probably looking at a situation where you have to put him in, right, Frank? Because Kane's suspended, and you've got to fill out somehow. I just think that Woodcroft. You look at last game when he ran really hot with McDavid, Draisaitl. You think Hyman will be back up on that line? I would think tonight. It didn't pay off, and then you flip back to when the ice time's been more dispersed, and it didn't really pay off. But that was the strength of Edmonton down the stretch and early in playoffs, was being able to roll 3.5 or 4 lines, and the defense as well, Frank. So I think Woodcroft's kind of stuck here, and it's going to really have to depend on in-game management. If he feels that McDavid line is able to handle the bulk of the load, they aren't getting shut down by Colorado, I think he has to go with them. If he doesn't, he's not utilizing his resources. But if he can get a good game out of his full lineup, I think it'd be great if he's able to take some of that ice time down and disperse it. So it's really going to be up to the in-game decisions of Woodcroft.
Yeah, the ice time management is going to be fascinating because I don't know. I'd play Connor McDavid until the wheels fall off. 35 minutes a game if you need to tonight. His ice time high in the playoffs so far, 27 minutes, and that was in an overtime game in round 1. To think that he hasn't played more is maybe in some ways a little bit surprising. His recovery rate is so incredible, and the way that he's able to move with such efficiency, he's going a million miles an hour and it doesn't look like it. So to save your season, I think you do whatever it takes.